Hello, you wonderful shits. It's me. I'm back again for the third year running for some more Halloween reviews for the channel. The owner of the channel, I don't know his name, he's that little shit you see all the time, has decided to bring me back once again. Even though he messed me about something awful last year and made me review old bloody films, guess what? He's done it again, little shit. He wants me to review the 1982 film Creepshow, the classic anthology film, of course, but many regard to be one of the greatest anthology films of all time. I think it's alright, certainly. I just don't understand why I have to review it. Nobody really watches this shit anyway, do they? But there you go. I'll do it for a laugh. 'Cause I love you lot. Yes. Right, well, the first story in this bloody thing focuses on a little boy who gets the shit kicked out of him by his father for reading comic books. What's that all about? He's only reading a bloody horror comic book and his father beats him. He'll get his comeuppance later, that one. The first story, look who is in it there. Yes, it's him, you know him. He's been in lots of films like The Abyss and The Rock. He's in this film, and you know what? This film focuses on some bloody old miserable bastard that gets murdered and comes back for revenge. But let's not focus too much on that bit right now. Let's just look at him. He looks very young, doesn't he, there? I think it was probably one of his first films. And you know something else? He does something a bit embarrassing in this film. He does a really stupid dance. He looks a right dick. Anyway, onto the story here. Yes, the old miserable bastard comes back as some kind of zombie type creature thing and wants cake. Well, I like cake, but I wouldn't kill people for it. I'd kill people for more better reasons than cake. Anyway, that's this story out of the way. It was called Father's Day, I think. It was alright. The second story featured the legendary horror writer Stephen King. Yes, he acted in this story. Well, I say acted, more overacted. Bloody hell. You want to watch him in this story. Acting is not his strong point. He needs to stick to the day job. But he plays some southern hillbilly who finds a meteor on his land. And you know what he does? Have a guess. He pisses about with it. He doesn't leave it alone. No, he pisses about with it. So guess what happens? He gets covered in grass and shit and turns into some kind of bloody cucumber or something. I don't know. It wasn't a particularly scary story. The next story starred Ted Danson from that sitcom Cheers, and Leslie Nielsen, yes, him from Airplay and the Naked Gun films. And they play love rivals, as Ted Danson has been shagging Leslie Nielsen's wife. So Leslie Nielsen takes his revenge by burying him in some sand on the beach. However, Ted Danson and his beloved don't take too kindly to this bloody behaviour, and they decide to come back and punish Leslie Nielsen by kicking him straight in the buttocks. Oh no, he didn't do that. They killed him, yes. So that's kind of what happened with this story. I think this is probably my favourite story. It was quite fun, you know, and it was always good to see these two on screen together. Leslie Nielsen's very funny mostly, but he's a bit of a shit in this story. Oh no, actually, this could be my favourite story. It's called The Crate. And some nosy bastard of a janitor finds this crate hidden quite in open plain sight under the stairs in a university. And when it's open, there's a little monstrous beastie bastard inside it that likes eating people Well, it's been locked in this box since 1834 or some shit. Of course it's bloody hungry. All they needed to do was throw it a few McDonald's burgers in there and it wouldn't have eaten anybody. But no. They start shoving their hands in there. What do you think's gonna happen, you bloody fools? Anyway, Hal Holbrook, who you'll recognise from the Dirty Harry films, or that one always tells off Dirty Harry. He doesn't like his wife very much, so he decides he's going to feed it to this bloody monstrous beast, the little bastard. And that's what this story is about. It's about a man who doesn't like his wife, and he's going to feed it to a furry, mouthy, teethy bastard monster in a crate. It's quite a good story, though. I liked it. Yes, the last two were very strong stories, and now I think we're on to the weakest story. About a miserable little... he was a miserable old bastard in this story, this guy, who is horrible to everybody, and he hates bugs. Well, who doesn't? Well, I don't mind them. I quite like them on toast, but this guy doesn't like them at all anywhere. But you know what? His apartment building gets swarmed by them, and they decide they're going to have him for their supper, which he's not very pleased about at all. So yes, I didn't like this one that much. It's okay, but if you don't like cockroaches, I would avoid this story for sure. So overall, I've been told by that prat that runs this channel to give this film an 8.5 out of 10, a very classic anthology film, or so he says. I just think it's watchable and a bit of fun. I prefer Creepshow too, to be honest, but shh, don't tell. The owner of the channel is. So I'll be back to do some more Halloween film reviews leading up to Trick or Treat Night, Hallows Eve. So stay tuned, and you'd better start liking this video, or I just might come and find you on Hallowed Eve. Bye bye.